Hello, I am Donnie, and I am the cute one.
And I am Chelsea, and I am the cute one.
And we thought we'd never make it, but TGIF, cuties.
TGIF.
Chelsea, it's a pleasure you've joined me tonight.
Glad to be here, Donnie. Glad to show up this time.
Should we tell them?
I mean, we're hanging on by a thread, cuties. I know that now that's just kind of our tradition that every week we log on. But if you're watching on YouTube, I look like the Unabomber. I just introduced myself as the cute one, but that is spiritually because there's nothing cute about me right now.
I wish I could yes and you, but I am the cute one. This is the best I ever looked. And I do want to thank you for letting me get sunburnt in your pool in the backyard that first day I visited you, because the tan is popping. The shirt I'm wearing right now matches my eyes. You're going to get a lot of me looking at myself tonight. I apologize in advance.
Usually I make fun of you for that, but I'd like as few eyes on me as possible right now. You're also probably down a few pounds after the week that we've had. The tapeworm we both seem to have ingested.
Do you still have it?
It's hard to say, because when your baseline is living on the toilet, you start to feel like, oh, I'm back at 'em, because I'm only having explosive diarrhea like once every hour on the hour.
Yeah. I know you don't like me to talk about poop a lot on this podcast, but let me just do it now.
But we do it every week, so why stop now? And I introduced it this time, so shame on me.
You did. I left my theater job tonight, and I told myself, like, if I push out diarrhea now, I know I'll be safe on the train. So the fact that I'm planning my diarrhea bursts is a good sign that I'm able to plan, but also maybe still not great.
Yeah, so cuties, if you didn't pick up on those super subtle context clues, as is tradition, Donnie and I saw each other and then we both got sick. We were originally supposed to record this episode like we usually do on Tuesday night, and I texted him Tuesday and said, not gonna happen. I'm shitting my brains out. And he said, oh no, is it just you? And it was just me in my house, so I assumed I had eaten something. But we did share that lovely, delicious Bud Light Lime at the Hootie and the Blowfish concert, and it wasn't long before Donnie joined my diarrhea disaster.
Yeah, so we were supposed to record Tuesday. You couldn't. Then Wednesday is when it hit me the hardest. I couldn't. So then we said Thursday at 10:15, which is what time, cuties, we're recording now. But we were supposed to record 2 episodes today. One TGIF this morning, and then the movie one tonight. So at 10:15, I logged in.
No. Wait, no. You texted me this morning and said, hey, would it be okay if we just recorded TGIF this week? And cuties, we'll get into all of the behind-the-scenes details of our planning and plotting for August because, again, we're going to get through this, but we are white-knuckling, and certainly the shits didn't help things. So I got a text from you this morning when I'm trying to get my daughters out the door for dance camp. I'm timing my diarrhea to drop off and pick up, etc. And your text said, would it be okay if we only recorded 1 episode? I'm feeling very fatigued and weak from shitting my brains out all day yesterday. Would it be okay if we just recorded at 10:15 TGIF? And I said, no problem, of course. Let's prioritize our buttholes and our mental health this week. And so in my mind, if you're so fatigued and exhausted, you were telling me we're not going to record in the morning, I'm going to rest, and then we'll just record once at 10:15 p.m. That's what I assumed.
Okay, and I have to learn to live in your brain. Because when I asked, I thought, I'm fatigued, I want to go to bed as soon as possible. Let's not record until 11 o'clock tonight. But that's not the way my co-host's mind works.
No. So 10:15 a.m., Donnie logs on, and I was nowhere to be seen.
And she was taking a nap at this time, so she wasn't answering her text. So I was like, are you okay? And nothing. So then I stayed on the Zoom for a half hour. No response.
You did it like college professor rules, where you were like, I'm going to give her 15 minutes, and then I am legally obligated to leave.
Yeah, no response anyway. No sign of someone showing up on Zoom. So then I got nervous for her safety. But instead of like making it obvious I was nervous for her safety, then I just got silent.
You texted me one single additional time, because you texted what you usually do, like logging on now. 10 minutes after that, it just said, hello? And that was it. Can I tell you, as someone who sometimes texts my husband upwards of 15 times in a row just because he's not confirming he's buying me a Red Bull at the grocery store, I think I would have maybe given more than a hello.
Well, my mind went to very dark places, and I didn't want you to come to a lot of texts and then be stressed about that, in addition to, like, your dog being trapped on a mountain or something.
Well, that was really kind of you. So in conclusion, we're hot messes. We are soft launching another re-release on Monday. Again, there's going to be an announcement. There's going to be a big announcement on Monday's episode. So listen to the first 5 minutes of that, and we're going to give you the lay of the land of the changing landscape of I Am the Cute One. But stay tuned for that and take a deep breath, cuties. It's going to be okay. But let's circle back for a minute and tell the cuties a little bit about your visit to me, besides getting sunburn and then...
Before the shit hit the fan, literally. So we went to a few concerts this weekend.
We sure did.
We went to Hootie and the Blowfish concert, which that was planned. That was the reason I came this weekend. We had a lovely time.
Can I just say, I was excited to go because I was going with you and Amanda. I was not going because I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear the same song over and over again of just different iterations of, I only want to be with you. Like, I am not a Hootie head. One would say. I'm a Hootie head now. After seeing them live, I was so impressed by them. I had a great time, and they were wonderful.
They were wonderful. I had a great time as well. I do believe their official fan name is Fish Faces.
Really?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Blowhead. I, too, had a great time. I might see them in concert again if they were part of a lineup. I don't need to go just to see them.
Right. No, if I was at a music festival and they were on a stage and a time that lined up with nobody else I wanted to see, I would definitely go and see them again.
Now, I will say what it did to me, though. I changed my age limits on Grindr to accept up to 58-year-old men now. Because before, I only went 10 years older and younger.
No.
28 to 48.
Tell the cuties the truth, though, because you later clarified for me that in your heart and your spirit, you have put those parameters in. But
okay, but on Grindr, I do accept 18 to 99. Because what if it's by 1 year? What if I say 28 to 48, or now 28 to 58, and then a hot as hell 27-year-old message me, or as a rich as hell 59-year-old messages me? Won't I feel dumb? So 18 to 99.
I love it. You're your very own studies in the life continuum. I have to say, Darius Rucker is charismatic as hell, and he moves that little body around the stage.
He does.
And let me tell you, with What's His Buns that opened, Edwin McCain, I mean, talk about blowfish. There was a point where Darius Rucker brought up Edwin McCain. He was a great opener because we got to listen to that All Bees song. Then we got to leave him in the past, where perhaps he should remain. But then midway through Hootie and the Blowfish's set, they bring him back on stage to sing a very sad duet. And just the juxtaposition of one man whose vocal cords has withstood the test of time next to another man, Edwin McCain, it was brutal.
Yeah, wasn't the song about being your mother lost at sea or something?
It was about, like, going to rehab and your dad doesn't love you. It was very dark.
Was there nothing about a mom on a boat?
There may have been. I was too worried
takeaway.
about Edwin hitting the next high note. I'm like, come on, Edwin. I'll be in the parking lot because I can't stand another moment of listening to you.
But then the highlight of the concert, if I may say so myself, was when they sang the REM song.
Okay, cuties. Over the years, Donnie has said many things that have shocked me, delighted me, left me speechless. The first 2 notes of that song plays, and Donnie springs up, and I look over, and this bitch is singing along to every single word. There's no amount of money in the world that I would have bet that you knew that song.
That is crazy to me. Losing my religion, I learned from Glee.
Oh, I should have known.
The episode was grilled cheeses.
Did Kurt lose his religion or something?
No, Finn saw a picture of Jesus in his grilled cheese. And then it really made him think about some things.
I hate that show.
Much like Sucker Punch, you just don't get it.
Yeah, you know what? It's just over my head, I think.
Really quick, this is not when we were together, though, but it is about a concert. So I left you from our two-night, two-concert event and went right to the Missy Elliott concert in Philadelphia, where I ran into a cutie. I was leaving the restroom. She was going to the restroom. A cutie, Haley, if you're listening, it was a pleasure seeing you.
Shout out, Haley.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know.
Yeah, the only time that I think I was recognized was at a concert. It was the Dead & Co. concert last summer, but I was on mushrooms. And somebody came up to me and said, "Are you Chelsea?" And I said, "Yes." And then I said, "But I need to go now." And I ran away. So it could have been someone I went to high school with. It could have been somebody that was friends with my cousin. It could have been a cutie, but I just acted real weird. Which, cuties, if you ever see me in public, that's going to be the vibe, because I'm going to be weird about it, no matter if I'm on mushrooms or sober.
Huh.
So.
Can't wait.
Uh-huh.
Is that it? Do we have anything else?
Well, we also got stuck on a boat in the Inner Harbor.
We did, but that was not our fault. A lot of people came into my DMs because you posted a picture of me steering and said, haha, we spun in circles. So people just assume that meant I don't know how to drive, and I don't. But our boat did not make left-hand turns. Everyone in that boat tried it.
Everyone, my daughters included. We did put the 5-year-old behind the wheel at one point because we were like, maybe we need some witchy powers. But that could have been a continuation of my Final Destination summer. Because once again, public transportation out there in that water. Now, it was an electric pirate boat meant for children, but we could not turn left to save our lives.
You know what, though?
What?
We thought it was just because she wanted to be a girly girl, but your youngest daughter did not want that boat that was given to us. And she put up a fight, and she wanted the one with the pink steering wheel.
She said, not that one, not that one. And we didn't listen to her. We said, you get what you get and you don't get upset. And then we were upset out there in the blazing hot sun going in circles to the right.
Wow. She is a witch.
She is a witch.
So, cuties, if you want to... I don't
help
know where
us.
I'm going with this. Yeah, we need it.
Each week, our pleas get more and more pathetic, desperate, and needed.
But you know, today's the luckiest day of the year, everyone kept telling me. And I was like, oh, please. The Lion's Den, it's called.
Well.
As luck would have it, I need Pepto-Bismol. So, cuties, if you want to buy us Pepto-Bismol, you can either subscribe to our Patreon, or free ways to do it are go to YouTube and like and subscribe and comment so that other cuties can find us with the algorithm's help. Or you can do the same by leaving us a review and a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I wish I was Abraham Lincoln.
I wish I was John Wilkes Booth.
That means you would have to see a Broadway show, though.
That's true. So this week brought us Tampon Tim as the vice president nominee, Blake Lively in Britney's dress, Zac Efron's health scare, A Different World reboot at Netflix, A Simple Life reunion at Sonic, and Auntie Anne's pretzels scented perfume. What? You wrote that one. There's an Auntie Anne's pretzel scented perfume?
Yeah, and it's called Needed.
Oh, okay.
I want to know what it smells like, though. If it smells like butter and salt, I might buy it.
It probably smells like the Southwest section of any airport.
I love an Auntie Anne. If there's a rest stop with a Cinnabon and an Auntie Anne, I'm getting a pretzel. I'm getting a lemonade. And I'm getting a Cinnabon.
I love that for you.
And they're all getting eaten in the car.
A little salty, a little sweet, a little treat. Okay. So, just in case you missed it the first 100 times, I have spent the last week shitting my brains out, which means I allowed myself the luxury of re-downloading TikTok to my phone. Now, we know that I am an all or nothing type of gal. I don't think TikTok is good for the brain, and Exhibit A, because I have spent the last 72 hours on TikTok. I am all caught up on all the drama. There's an influencer who posted a sneaker sound at another influencer's birthday party and got a bunch of heat. There's a woman named Hannah who is married to this old man who slept with her neighbor's husband on a pool noodle. There's a lot of drama over there. My favorite trend that I learned about that I want us to do, Donnie, is called trauma candy salad, where people take different candies and then they say a traumatic thing and then they just like dump the candy in the bowl. It's the most unhinged shit you'll ever see. For example, this one is from the account Parker Panal, and I'm going to play it for you now. This is her mother.
When I was 10, I snuck into a storm drain. I went all the way back in underneath the streets. There was a homeless man back there, and he had a machete, and he started running after me. Scared me to death.
Again, TikTok is not good for our brains, but my God, what a time to be alive. So I want us to make our own candy salad the next time we're together, which the trend will be out of style, but it'll be very us for us to just join in 6 months too late.
I don't understand the candy.
There's one girl who was like, "Hi, I'm Josie, and 2 weeks ago I learned that the man I thought was my dad my whole life is actually my half-brother, and I brought Skittles smoothie." And like she just dumps it in.
You know how you just said she thought it was her dad, but it was her half-brother? I was thinking the other day, is there any way, I don't think it's possible, is there any way your twin could be your parent?
No. No. Objectively, that would be impossible.
Like, what if the eggs split? No, there's no way.
No, it would have to be a Back to the Future situation when Marty McFly's mom tried to fuck him. But no, your twin, you know about twins, Donnie? So the thing about twins is they're the same age.
Right. But your sibling could be your parent.
Because they could be in puberty.
Okay.
Ain't no embryo getting knocked up.
Okay. It was just something I was really trying to find a loophole for, but I couldn't. And now it's because you told me you just can't.
Yeah, the space-time continuum, time travel, perhaps, but... Okay. Well, I mean, who knows? Another day on TikTok and I might find the story. So what I actually came to talk about today is one of the TikTok drama rabbit holes I've found myself down. This is about Nova and Remo Styles.
Their names?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can't wait. It's good already.
So they posted to their TikTok asking if they were the assholes in this situation. They were planning a 12-hour, 350-person wedding in New York City, but every venue that they were looking at was exceeding their budget. So to save money on their big day, they decided to charge each guest $333 via tickets in order to attend. Are they the assholes?
I don't know if there's an asshole in the situation. I think it's unheard of, and I think I wouldn't probably attend. But do they still want a gift?
They didn't say anything about a gift, but I don't think there should be a requirement. Like, yes, you should give a nice gift, whatever you're able to give. But I think that if you're thinking as the bride or groom that you are going to make up any money.
No, not make up. But like for my sister's wedding, for example, heads cost $130 per plate. Not everyone knows that going into it, but if there's a person only paying $50, then that bride and groom are losing like $75 just for having you there.
But that bride and groom chose that type of wedding.
To have poor friends.
Yeah, but as that poor friend, sorry. I can't help that I'm charismatic as fuck and you want me around. Enjoy your $50. Enjoy your Starbucks gift card. And let me tell you, this caused a lot of controversy a couple years ago when I said this. If I am your bridesmaid and I'm paying for my dress and I'm paying for my hair and makeup and I'm paying for going to your bachelorette party, you're not getting a gift. So anyway, okay, so in conclusion, you don't think they're the assholes. The bride and groom compared the experience to a Beyonce concert, and they required their guests to buy a ticket from their website in order to be guaranteed a spot at their wedding, which was at the St. Patrick's Cathedral, followed by lobster and steak at the reception at the One World Trade Center.
Oh.
Which, is that...
It is part of the museum. It's like a mall and stuff, too.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't compare it to a Beyonce concert, but my friend invited me to a rave a couple weeks ago, and it was like $100. And that was with no food or alcohol included. This is a 12-hour thing with alcohol and lobster and steak included. So I do think there would be things that you would do that are not weddings that you would spend this price on and get this experience from. It's just that it is a wedding that makes you look sideways.
I feel like we have moved away from like our parents' generation where you are registering for china that you're never going to use and
right.
like a blender. There is now the option where you can have a honeymoon fund or a house fund, or it said that they knew that they were going to be having to pay for IVF treatments in the future. Like if my friend put, can you contribute to our future IVF treatments? I think people would fork out money that way, like on their registry. I think making people buy a $333 ticket is a little bit insane.
It is insane. I just don't know if you're an asshole for it.
I just hope that Ticketmaster doesn't hear about it because those prices are going to get jacked up immediately. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. TikTok.
What I've been doing with my shit week is watching Real Housewives of New Jersey. And Chelsea, this show hasn't been this good in years. This season is top tier.
Donnie.
And if you don't agree with me, Nor from the Reality Is podcast does. So that's all I need. I only need one other person that agrees with me.
So I would like my silence to be noted. I will talk about many things on this podcast: religion, politics, talking shit about my own family. I don't touch Real Housewives of New Jersey. I don't watch it because I came into the game late. I looked around, I saw the fandom, and I said, doot, 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 let me Homer Simpson back into a bush. You know what my trauma would be, and my trauma candy salad? It would be reading the comment section on any Real Housewives of New Jersey post.
The comments are a garage fire. That is the truth. But the show itself, I don't know if the women knew it was going to be the series finale or if editing made it that way or what, but there were throwbacks to fights from season 3. We had montages of dead parents that we haven't seen in years. We had people saying about other cast members, like, I know tonight's the last night I'm ever going to see this bitch, so I'm going to tell her whatever I want. But it felt very much like a series finale. And Andy has then gone on to say that there will not be the show in the iteration we know, and they are gonna recast it from the ground up. So I don't know if they knew that ahead of time or what, but it felt epic.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good. I watched it 3 times.
Who are your favorites on the cast? Or like, who do you enjoy watching? Who had a good season of this season for you?
Okay, so I am going to firstly say, when it comes to Melissa and Teresa, I am not supportive of either one. I think they are both wrong. I think if I was friends with one, I would have nothing but bad things to say about the other one. Like, if I was Melissa's friend, I would say, Teresa's a dumpster. Get rid of her. If I was Teresa's friend, I would say, Melissa's a fucking weirdo. Get rid of her. So I do think both of those women are right for hating the other one.
Was it you or was it Taria who said that Melissa looks like Barb the Builder from Real Housewives of New York City?
It was me. Taria got mad at that because she thinks Melissa's hot.
I think Melissa's hot, but I think she needs to push pause on her recurring payments at whatever med spa she's going to, because we're teetering.
Barb the Builder, she does look like her. I'm right. So, with all of that said, the people I enjoy watching are Teresa, Jen Aiden, Marge, and Danielle Cabrera, or whatever her last name is. Cabrera, I don't know. And then with that said, if we were not going to recast the whole show and just recast, like, built around 3 or 4, I would keep Jen Aiden, Marge, and Danielle.
So you would keep Marge, because I, again, have not been watching, but I've seen a lot of people be like, Marge is trying to do too much, and, like, it flopped.
I don't think it flopped. I think this episode was epic. I do think that, like, there are people that push back against the keep Marge boat because she is one that will throw stuff out and then not really do anything else. In the second to last episode of the season, Teresa called her lawyer and met with all the girls except for Margaret and Melissa. There is a restraining order between Louis and his ex-wife, and they're not allowed to talk at all. But then somehow all these stories, like Louis said this about the wife or the wife said this about Louis, they were all getting to the press. And they were like, how? These two can't even talk to each other. How is the other one leaking it? Then, in the second to last episode, Teresa's lawyer said to the group of girls, it's been Margaret. Margaret's been talking to this woman for 3 years. So then we got all these flashbacks of things Margaret said at dinners and stuff that made it look like, yes, she was talking to these women. So then in the finale, Dolores said, we're going to have a dinner. We're going to squash it. Everyone, whoever you're fighting with most, you're going to sit across from and you'll explain your piece. At that dinner, then, that thing came up about the lawyer and all this stuff. And Margaret said, well, it's funny you're blaming me for all of this. How would you feel if you knew it was Jackie that did it? So then everyone was like, what? And then Jackie was like, I did meet with Louis' ex-wife. So it came out. And then this is where Teresa loses me. Like, if you hate this bitch for doing this, then you hate anybody for doing this. Right. But when she found out it was Jackie, she's like, that's okay.
See, I kind of like that about Teresa, that she is like, oh, well, that's my friend, so that's fine. Meanwhile, we know, you and I personally know, all of the women on this cast are talking to various blogs and people, and like nobody has their hands clean. So this idea from like casual watchers that like it's so abhorrent that like Monica from Salt Lake City had a meme account, or Marge and also maybe Jackie are talking to people on the side. It's like, if you are a current Bravo celebrity, you are so messy off screen because you want things to leak and get out. So then you keep your hands clean, but it becomes a talking point on the show.
I might go watch it again when we're done recording this. And I just would like to thank our official sponsor this week, Canada Dry, who has got me through the past 48 hours.
So let's move on to the cutie of the week. My cutie of the week is Cedric from this season of Big Brother, because I really did not think I was going to like that man. And I think I'm officially rooting for him this season. Patreon cuties, we will be back to talking about Big Brother next week, so stay tuned.
And I can't wait, because cuties, if you're watching on Friday, that means the Thursday that just happened, last night's episode, was the one where America's vote got picked. It was so good. We'll talk. Mm-hmm. My cutie of the week is Uglies.
Donnie.
No, that's the name of a movie that I cannot wait for. Uglies.
I just assumed there was a new Gen Z star on the rise.
No, but so I've gotten so many DMs about it saying, like, this is how you wish the world was. I was like, I don't wish anything. This is how my world is. So in like 2007, it was a dystopian young adult book series. And now they're finally making it into a Netflix movie. And it's about the world is split into uglies and pretties. Unless you're like born pretty and you just live in that world. When you're 16, you have the choice to become pretty, and then they'll let you in. And they don't discriminate. They'll just turn you into their version of pretty, which is discriminatory because it is like blonde, blue-eyed, white, whatever. So if you don't fit that mold, they'll turn you into that and you can fit right in. But then there's a group of people who are like, fuck no, we like to be ugly. So then they stay away and they fight. And I can't wait to watch it.
You know what? I'm going to watch it too, because I want to be able to take in the message and then talk to you about what you thought the takeaway was from the movie.
Okay.
It's going to be in time all over again.
Maybe we should have a special episode for that.
Okay. Maybe that could be the Patreon live show we keep talking about doing.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Great. So, cuties, we made it 40 minutes without shitting ourselves. That's the real cutie of the week.
Let's log off. Let's do this plugs quick, Donnie.
Okay. So, if you haven't already, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, leave comments, leave a 5-star rating and a nice review. And just thank you again. We'll see you next Monday for a re-release, and we'll have our little announcement in the beginning where we'll give you some tea.
Yeah.
Peppermint tea to soothe your stomach.
Maybe some ginger.
Yeah, and on that note, we will talk to you later. Love you like a sister.
Bye. Bye.